I'm Nolan Alexander, one of the broadcasters for the Bourne Braves, and I have the pleasure of being joined by Chuck Sturdevant, new GM for the Bourne Braves. Mr. Sturdevant, how are you doing today?
Very good, Nolan. Very good. Looking forward to tonight's home opener.
Should be a fun game. The Bourne Braves take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the home opener, and this is your first season with the Bourne Braves coming over from the Falmouth Commodores. Tell us a bit about your job as a GM for this team.
Well, first off, when they asked me to become the GM for Bourne, I had known Harvey Shapiro as a head coach back in Falmouth in '94, and so that continuity between coaches and myself, knowing how he operates and so on, made it a little bit easier. And he had already had a good part of the team already recruited, and we had some more players to recommend and so forth, and sign them, and doing all the paperwork and stuff to get it, make them official and everything. And here we are today. All the guys on the roster, I think we got 27 contract players. I think it's 9 temporary. So we're looking forward to the start.
Give our fans an idea about the difference between a contract player and a temporary player.
What we have is we're allowed to sign 30 contract players a year. And they have in between, because of World Series, regionals, super regionals, Team USA program, and so on, and those usually raise the questions of whether the player will be able to come in or not that you've signed. So we bring in a temporary player, signs a temporary agreement, and hopefully he's here and makes the final roster if the contract player doesn't show up. So we use them as fillers to complete the roster.
So there's a lot of shuffling in and out, and you really have to keep up with different players, not only on this team, but those that you have an interest in bringing later.
Correct. Yeah, and it's constant. I mean, Harvey is probably on it just as bad as I am, and as far as being on a computer or on the phones and stuff like that, or now texting, which I'm getting used to, and so on. And so it hasn't changed in 26 years.
Now tell us about this job as far as recruiting the different players. It seems that it starts earlier and earlier every single season.
Yeah, I mean, we're already looking at next year's players. It's that much. Competitiveness, I mean, years ago when I first started, we used to have like maybe a month or two off between the end of the season before we really had to start recruiting. Now you have to recruit almost year-round and make the plans to bringing in the kids that are graduating from high school, going on to colleges, and those college coaches that you have associations with. You make agreements that if everything works out and the kid's still healthy and so on, and does show up at the school at the start of the season and not sign with a pro contract, then we would offer them a letter of commitment to play for the league.
Now these players are in pressure situations in which there's scouts here every single night to watch them and see them perform, but at the same time it's a great atmosphere up here at Cape Cod. What do you enjoy about these games?
Well, I enjoy to me it's almost like old-time baseball, because the fans are so close to the product on the field, and the players themselves. I mean, they are looked at by especially the younger generation as the stars of tomorrow, and so the kids want the autographs, and they become heroes. They come to the clinics, they build an association with these players, and some of those relationships last for a lifetime.
Now, what should one thing that Braves fans should know about this team or Cape Cod that they don't already know?
Wow, that's probably a good question. If they don't know it, they are going to see the best college baseball in the country. No question about it. I mean, I think in the first round draft this year, there were 14 college ball players drafted. 12 of them played in the league. 2 of them one was supposed to play but made Team USA. So, I mean, the percentage for us is tremendous. Plus, 1 in every 6 major leaguer played in the Cape.
It's amazing.
When you think that we don't play high school kids or foreign ball players, that's significant.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Sturdevant. We truly do appreciate it.
Thank you, Nolan. Thank you. Good luck to you guys, too. Have fun.
Thank you. We appreciate it. If you have any questions for us, Mr. Sturdevant, myself, send us an email at bravesonline@gmail.com. That's bravesonline@gmail.com. Go Braves.